Welcome to Bon Jovi Discussions. Today I have my friend Inge from the Netherlands. How are you?
Oh, I am fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jerry.
Yes. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah,
It's like
it
six
really
in the
is.
morning here and 12 p.m. your time and still dark here. But yeah, good
Here it's
morning.
light. Here it's light. I did my chores this morning, and so I'm now with you. So
Yeah,
perfect.
perfect. So before we begin our fun conversation, since you're a new guest on the podcast, I like to ask how you became a Bon Jovi fan. Let's hear it.
Okay. I tell you, I'm not old. I'm just a little bit
Just
older.
older,
Yeah.
not old, just older.
Yeah, just older. And I've been a really long fan.
Me too.
Um, my story is I was working for a company and they were a bunch of Kiss fans. And I'm talking about 84. And well, they had a couple of hits here in the Netherlands. I said, well, what the heck? I go with them. And who was doing, you know,
Opening.
yeah. Bon Jovi. Yeah, they did the
Yes.
opening.
I'm so
And
jealous. I just want to make a quick note. I'm so jealous you get to see Bon Jovi open up for Kiss because I love
yeah.
Kiss as well, and I would have loved to have seen Bon Jovi open, in 84, 85, even 86, and then all of a sudden Slippery's out, and then now they're the biggest band in the world. But I'm sorry, I just wanted to add that
No,
little
no
tidbit.
worries. And the thing was, the merge in these times was not so big yet for Kiss as well. Now it is normal to have big stands but then everybody from Kiss had their own, shirts they made up from Kiss, etc. So I was surrounded with all these people, Kiss, and then the opening act. My God, I fell in love straight away. They only did 7 songs, yeah, but from the moment on, it was energy. It was rock and roll. There was, they always divided them, or they defined them as glam rock. Man, it was pure rock and roll. There was soul, there was energy. And the truth is, halfway Kiss, I left. I left because I
But
was
nothing could top Bon Jovi.
sorry, Kiss fans, but it was, we were so overwhelmed, and the rest wanted to stay. And I went and I started to find out, but nobody knew them really. And that that was it.
So,
The virus, the Bon Jovi virus, it hit me and it never got away. And then in
so
the 80s, and I tried to go everywhere they played in the Netherlands because of my companies. I couldn't stay away for more than an evening or something like that. And so I went to 16, yeah, 16 shows in the Netherlands. And I was really sorry that I missed the concert at sea. Yeah, the big one in 2010. I missed
yeah.
that one. But
Oh,
that was a very late call, and I couldn't arrange it with the company. And the last one that I went to was in Nijmegen. And my God,
that
that
was
was
in
in
19, right? 2000.
19, yes, and raining, but
But
it was.
isn't that, see, I love a stadium show w when it storms, or rains. Like I remember MetLife 2013 and it just rained and rained and rained, but the band kept playing, the fans didn't care, and we kept singing. It's something magical. I don't know.
It is. And you're soaking wet, and the ground is getting dirtier and dirtier, and everything is soaking, and your hair, even you done it perfectly, it doesn't look anymore,
Yeah.
and I didn't bring any raincoat or something like that, just go with the flow. And that was the last I saw outdoors. And then, of course, we saw them in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah, and that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
great show. Don't even get me down that rabbit hole because I will
No.
just
Okay,
keep
I
praising
stop.
that. I loved that show, and I can't wait for next year. Anyway, so let's get into our. Oh, I gotta find out what is your favorite Bon Jovi song?
Dry County. Dry
Ooh,
County.
okay, bringing out the big one, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's got something from me. You know, I'm a Bon Jovi fan.
me
I
too.
like John, but I'm a Bon Jovi fan. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so it is the total of everything. It is the energy, it is the music, it is the instruments, it is the songs, it's everything. And in Dry County, it is everything that this band has ever done come together. The music, the vocals, the harmony, and whether there is, you know, some people don't want me to say his name, but Richie and David, but also you on his bass and Tico on the drums. It comes out so perfectly in that song. That's why that's
yeah.
my favorite.
Yeah, I love it. And Richie's name is always welcome on this podcast. It's Bon Jovi
I know.
discussion, so we talk about
Yes.
Richie as well. So
Yeah.
let's get into our topic because we got a lot of ground to cover. Now,
Oh my God.
I'm excited because when there's I know technically this not is this so what we're talking about today, everybody, is we're talking about the Forever Legendary Edition, which is a new release, was released on October 24th. It is the same album as Forever that came out last summer, but this has a twist to it. It is a collaboration album. And what the purpose of this was, John wanted to tour last year with, Torn Forever. And unfortunately, because of him trying to improve his vocals and working on it, they decided not to tour. And so what John decided to do that they were going to re-release Forever Legendary Edition, and and John kind of calls it with a little help from my friends, and so he picks different artists to sing different songs and re-record a lot of the songs, and it's re really good. And we're gonna talk about each track, um, but one of the great things that I love about this whole album is one. I thought John sounded fantastic on the 2024 Forever album. You can definitely tell that he's re-recorded some of his vocals on this, which I think is great. And John just even sounds stronger as well. And
Yes.
obviously, we saw him in Nashville 2025, and he sounded great. And
Yes.
yeah, I thought he sounds fantastic on this collaboration album.
Yeah. And
Um,
what I must say, and he's even better than June, what I found, I listened a couple of times to the YouTube video of the presentation in England, right?
yeah.
That where he sang three songs. And if you listen very good, he is starting to get melodious again. It's the melody are better. He is singing clearer, and that's what I hope and I think, because there is now say about 8, 9 months between now and the first show in New York, that it's even getting better. And he works hard and he's trying and he think he's only getting better.
Yep, exactly. And I'm proud of him. I know you will. I know I will. We'll be rooting for him at every single show. Um,
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
can't wait. And another thing I love about this collaboration album is that there's some artists on here that I've never heard, and there's artists that I've heard and love. But the artists I've never heard before, it's opened up a new door for me because I always love discovering new artists. And so I was like, okay, like for Robbie Williams, okay, I never really listened to Robbie Williams, but like we made it look easy, maybe actually dig into some of his music and see how popular he is, especially in the UK. And then on the other aspect of that is people who are big Robbie Williams fans or big Avril Lavigne fans or and so on discover Bon Jovi even more because those fans might say, well, I only know Living on a Prayer, Bad Name, blah, blah, blah. But now they say, oh, well, this Living in Paradise song, this is pretty good. Let me listen to the rest of the album. And it opens doors for them for Bon Jovi,
The
so
new
it's,
generation.
yeah,
I call
it's
it
it's a unity of fan bases.
yes,
I love
that's
it.
I call it another new uh, how you call it generation of fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and so we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. I think we're at the point, in the band's career where I call this the legacy era because the band has nothing left to prove. This is the band, this is what you're getting, and people, obviously the general public, prayer and bad name and stuff like that, they'll know that, but Bon Jovi's continuing on. They have their legacy, and then this is who they are right now, and they're a legacy band, and so people are going to see them for that reason. But let's get into. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the two new bonus tracks. Then we'll talk about the collaboration songs. The first one is called Red, White, and Jersey, and I have probably this song came out this year, and I love the whole Forever album. I love every track on the Forever album, but I cannot get enough of Red, White, and Jersey. I play it so much. I probably played this song more than I played any other song on Forever. It's probably my second favorite on the album, along with Waves, and I'm not sure what my third one would. I Lived in Paradise. But yeah, I'm crazy about Red, White, and Jersey. So it was released as a single over the summer to promote the Forever Legendary edition. Um, and we saw it on the set list back in. I know you and I, we both went to the Runaway trip in June, in Nashville, and it was on the set list. And obviously, no one has ever heard that song before because I don't think the song came out till August, I think.
It was
Um,
end of August.
right,
Yes.
right around Labor Day, September. And so we didn't get to see it live, but looking back, I wish that would have gotten played live, But
Yeah.
then I would have been like, "Oh, come on, I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again," and wait months for it. But I absolutely love it. I can't praise it highly enough.
Yeah. Well, same here. It is the perfect beginning of the album, this album. Yeah, it makes you feel in a spirit straight away. Like John said, this album is for me to prove joy, to give joy, to have joy. If there's one song on this album that gives joy, that's this one, the Red, White, and Jersey. It's joy, it's fun, and it gives you energy from this moment it begins to the end.
Yep, exactly. And I think for me, I think like you said, it's the perfect start of the album, and that's why I brought up the legacy thing earlier because you start out this album and it's pure, this is who we are, red, white, and Jersey. I think it's that cute, I don't know if you call it tongue in cheek, but that lyric. And another thing that I love about this song too is the David's keys on it, especially in the intro, and I just love it. And then the guitar and the out, it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
but that's what I said about 5 minutes ago. If I listen to Bon Jovi, it is everything. It's the music, it's the instruments, it's the singing, it's the lyrics, everything. And there are a lot of songs on this album. Yeah, and I already that was my opinion in when it came out a year ago. Yeah, like sometimes the instruments are not as overpowering as they could be. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so, but okay, we talk about that later. But
yeah.
in Red, White, and Jersey, it is. It is perfect. It's a
Yeah,
Bon Jovi
it's
song.
that perfect mix of music and vocals. Now, that brings me to my next point. So the next part is I absolutely love the chorus. Especially the ain't no surprise that your blue eyes still feels like home to me. I love the way that John sings that and gives his all in the ain't no surprise part. I love that. But the one part that I don't know, it still sounds like it to me, but when he sings those basic dreams, when you right there with me, I always thought to me, it still sounds like those crazy dreams, and you're right there with me, or something like that. I think it sounds like those crazy dreams. Because for me, it's like because it's about the band, of John growing up and then nostalgia, and whether he's talking about Dorothea or the band. And for me, I think it's more like the band of those big crazy dreams of becoming a big rock and roll band. They're crazy dreams. So basic dreams. I kind of wonder what that means in a way.
Basic, if you look to all the interviews, also from the 90s and whatever, he had a dream and he never had a plan B, is what he always said.
Yeah. Oh, that makes
So
sense. Yeah.
that in that way, I can explain why it's basic. But as you can say, if you, especially when you're not an from original an English speaking person, crazy was I thought it was that as well. But
Yeah,
it's
it just
basic.
it just sounds like those crazy dreams, and you're right there
Yeah,
with me. I don't
yeah.
know. For me personally, I like that part. So
I sing crazy. I
yeah,
think I keep singing
yeah.
crazy.
So if the band wants to go back into the studio or re-record the chorus and put me as a co-write, I'm all for it.
Enjoy it.
All right, let's talk about the next one. This is a fan favorite. I know Twitter and the whole Bon Jovi fandom right now is just blowing up over this song,
Yeah.
Fight Somebody. So, for those that are wondering, the only way that you can find this song is on the deluxe edition of Bon Jovi Forever Legendary Edition on black vinyl on the Bon Jovi web store and on the Japanese CD of Legendary Edition. Now, obviously, you can go on YouTube, and myself and some other fans have uploaded it. It's on there. It's a fantastic song. I cannot believe that this is not on this. And now I know this probably got recorded last year. I cannot believe that this is not on the album. This would be a huge hit single, I
They
think.
saved the best for last.
Yeah,
That's my opinion when I heard it, and it was this morning for me 5 o'clock that I heard it for the first time.
yeah.
And I said, my gosh, this is his voice is so good. And what do you say when was this recorded, do you think?
I don't. That's why I wonder if this was recorded in the initial Forever in Nashville. I'm assuming it was, and they probably. I don't know, maybe when they did Red Right in Jersey later on. Who knows? But whatever. It's a fantastic track. I keep saying this online. I think it's like it has that 80s vibe meets Have a Nice Day era meets All Hail the King. And what
Yeah,
I mean by that with the 80s, it sounds like it musically. With the chorus, it sounds like from Have a Nice Day
nice
era.
day.
And All
Yeah,
Hail the King, if you listen to the verses of Fight Somebody and the verses of All Hail the King, it really sounds similar, especially with like that piano in between
the
lines.
piano. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So I think I'm on to something there. But
yeah.
yeah, I think it's fantastic. And it's made me appreciate All Hail the King a little more now, which there's only three Bon Jovi songs I don't like, and it's All Hail the King is one of them, but I might have to pull that out
Put it
now.
out and try it again.
Yeah. So now we're only down to two songs I don't like. And for those
Okay.
wondering, it's Temptation and Let's Make It Baby. So,
Oh, you know, I always wondered how was the atmosphere in the studio when they recorded that
yeah,
song? What,
I know.
how
And,
can
and
you see?
and I'd love to see the moment when they're like, this is going to be a huge hit, and just seeing how happy they are with something.
Yeah.
Um, I think for this song, I think it's about just being there for someone through like someone's dark times.
Yeah, this is arena material,
Oh, I hope they play this. I hope they play it
Uh,
live. I really
you
do.
know,
I'll protest.
we all know that John sometimes has a problem with choosing the right single of an album. Yeah, but I'm sure he doesn't have a problem or a mishit with what he wants to play. In 26.
Yeah.
You know, this is a hit. This is a hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh, and I also love the band's backing vocals in the chorus when they're singing "Hey." I thought that's fantastic. I love that.
Can you
So
see, 60,000 people shouting that? Hey, hey, hey.
yeah, yeah, I'd love that. So yeah, it's a great band effort song. I love it. And it's a cry that it's not released as a single. And I think if you put it on the album, the standard album, having Living Proof and Fight Somebody back to back, oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Well, let's start with the collaborations.
Okie dokie.
The first one is Legendary with James Bay. Never heard of James Bay. I do like him in this song. You could definitely tell that this was re-recorded musically and vocally. Especially the intro sounds a little different, which I like it. Um, and each song that we talk about, I want to get both of our opinions on if we prefer the collaboration or the original more. So. Um, So I guess we will do that now. So do you prefer the collaboration or the original more?
The original one?
I'm with you. I'm on the original. I don't know. The Legendary is one of my favorite songs on this album as well, especially because it talks about the band's legacy and this is who I am, take it or leave it kind of vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
The thing is, we know James Bay in Europe. He's from the UK, so that's
oh, is he? Okay, I didn't know
he
that.
is, yes. And he had two big songs here in Europe, yeah. And there was Hold Back the River and Let It Go,
Okay.
215, 216. And he's been opening for Ed Sheeran in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So there's a link.
There,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a link. And he did some collaborations with Justin Bieber and Alicia Keys. And after that, he is not really in the tops of the charts in Europe anymore, though he is still touring. But I think his voice didn't blend really well with John's.
Well,
You know,
I like it when they harmonize on I raise my hands up to the sky. I
yeah,
love how they harmonize on that line. So
yeah, the harmony when they sing together, it's good, but the difference is so big, yeah, because
yeah, it
he is a
is.
totally different
Yeah,
singer. Yeah, he's
yeah,
got a totally different genre, and so Legendary is so good, and that's why I like the original better.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. The atmosphere of the song changed a little bit when James Bay starts singing it. But I do actually like the way that James Bay does that. I know this town like the back of my. I did like the way that he sung it. So I'll give him some credit there.
Yeah, he sang it good. It's just in comparison with the original, I think. Um, yeah, well, that was, in my opinion, it was more of a flow. It was a whole, and with James, it was more like two songs in one song.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so the blending was not perfect in the total.
Yeah. I can yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is We Made It Look Easy with Robbie Williams. Now, I know a lot of people jokingly made fun of me because I just put a podcast out a couple weeks ago when this was released as a single. This was the fourth single for this album or for Legendary Edition because we got uh, War and Treaty on People's House, we got Bruce Springsteen on Hollow Man, uh, Jelly Roll and Living Proof, and then We Made It Look Easy with Robbie Williams. I know Robbie Williams is huge over in the UK, and I know I sound ignorant here. I've never really heard of Robbie Williams. I remember the 2013 interview with him and John over in the UK. I have massive respect for Robbie Williams because, I'm a big mental health advocate, and he is, and he does a lot of good for that and for people. So, and I've heard some of his other stuff. He does sound really good. I like him. And that's why I
Yeah,
said about this collaboration album. It opens doors for you to new artists.
that's
So,
correct. And he has been in the boy band Take That.
yeah, I just learned that 2 days ago.
Yeah, and
People kept saying, take that. What do you mean, take what? And
Take
then I
That
realized there's a
Take That
boy in it.
was
Yeah.
huge in Europe.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. Was one of the five big boy bands in the world, and it was huge. And in 1997, he started a solo career, Robbie. And he has enormous electrifying shows. He's a little bit crazy. He changed.
Aren't we
He
all?
can. Yeah. Well, he wears outfits that are really special, and it's. But he plays the public,
Yeah.
and it that's very good. And he's a showmaster. He's a showmaster. Yeah,
Yeah.
and well, he is very good in ballads, but also in rocky and pop
Yeah.
songs. Yeah.
Okay.
So that gives a lot of a wide spectrum of fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
So question, original collaboration.
very difficult, I must
Yeah.
say, equally.
See,
Or may you not say that?
I'm 60/40. I probably the original, but I do love
Yes. And that's
if
what I
if
mean. I love them both.
if you look at the collaboration aspect of the whole album, this is probably one of my favorite collaborations on the album. That's probably maybe my fourth or fifth favorite on the album.
Yeah.
So the meaning of the song, John says it's about the band, and I also think it's a look back and nostalgic memories of youth, friendship, the band, navigating ups and downs with each other, and
But
perception,
that's
and the
sorry to
perception,
interrupt.
and the
Uh,
perception of hard challenges, and looking easy. For example, Bon Jovi making it big. Bon Jovi coming from New Jersey, and becoming something,
yeah.
and
And the thing is, if you go back to the history of Robbie Williams, he had a lot of problem with drugs and and that kind of stuff. And so if you see the title and you put it on Bon Jovi, you can really relate. But it also relates to Robbie Williams.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
so that he had a hard time, being a big star and getting down and up and down, and that's what Robbie Williams had to go through in the beginning of the 2000s. So, and then he got himself together, and he's doing great now. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
we made
fantastic.
it look easy is not only very applicable to Bon Jovi, but also to Robbie Williams. And that's why I think the choice of Robbie singing with him is so good.
Yeah, I like that person. Yeah, and that brings me to my next point. So, the Robbie's part, so the original line is, "Look at us, blood on blood, same today as it was. Been a hell of a ride. Jersey Shore cover bands, couple friends in the stands on a Saturday night." Love those lines. But one of the reasons I love this collaboration is because Robbie takes those lyrics that he sings and he kind of changes the lyrics a couple of lines and makes it his own. And it's left a pub, joined a band, took more than a plane on a Saturday night. I
Yes.
love that, and that's what's special about this collaboration is that he made it his own
His
in a
own.
way,
And
his
that's why I
interpretation.
say,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I say it's very difficult for me to make a choice. I can't make a choice because it is a sort of a new number. A
yeah.
so no, I think both equally. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to talk about the ending as well because I think it's fantastic. When Robbie Williams saying when John sings "We made it look easy," and then in the backing vocals, Robbie
Yeah.
goes, "We really made it look easy." And then I love how John and Robbie sing together, broke down chasing shooting stars. And then Robbie takes it into a lower tone of we made it look easy. I think that's just, it's awesome. I love it.
They
They
blend
blend together.
well.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Next one is Living Proof with Jelly Roll. This is the third single. Now, my in-laws aren't crazy about Bon Jovi, but they know how crazy I am about Bon Jovi, but they all love Jelly Roll. So me, I'm like, how do
Okay.
you like it? But yeah, so this was the third single for Legendary Edition. And as John says, this is the return of the talk box. Um, songs, pretty much about, got nothing left to prove, this is who we are, and I love it, basic message. Um, so original, collaboration.
Oh, um, original.
Yeah, same here. But I think this was the perfect song for Jelly Roll. Now, I still have not heard any other Jelly Roll songs. I have massive respect for him, though. I know he does a lot of good. I know he's huge right now. I loved how he did. I think he did Bad Medicine at Music Cares last year. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, Jelly Roll has a great voice. I think I've heard some stuff on the radio, and he sounds, but I don't know any songs by him. But I definitely want to check him out more. Maybe I'll do that today.
Yeah,
Um,
on the 2nd of September this year, he was in Amsterdam.
okay.
And I was going to with my sister and my niece to a concert of Anouk. She's a rock chick here in Holland, and we went to Afos Live, and there was Jerry Roll, and I said, "Oh my gosh, if there's a card left, yeah, a ticket left, I'd rather go there,
Yeah.
because he has a beautiful voice. I think it's very dark and how you call it, very smooth, but still rocky, a little bit of country, but
Yeah. And that's what I
I
like
like
about
him.
his
I like
voice.
him.
Yeah.
I like his voice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought he was fantastic on this song. There was, in my opinion, there's not really much Jelly Roll in the song. I don't think the song does not
Yeah.
sound like it was ever re-recorded, and
That's
John's
what
vocals.
I
Yeah.
what I said here. I wished more jelly after the bridge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, so he sings, I think it's called the third verse, is faith and hope enough to make a fool believe. So yeah, I like how he's saying that. And then I also do, I think the best part is that I'm tired of talking about someday, and then it goes into the second chorus. I really like he did that part. And then the other great part is the outro when he sings, "Yeah, yeah, we're living proof," and then he holds the notes in the final
Note.
living proof.
Yeah.
In proof he holds the notes. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really nice touch to the song.
So yeah.
So, um,
A good, no, this is a good one. It's a good one, and maybe a lot of people will appreciate Jelly
yeah.
Roll more through this.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jelly Roll also sings along in the chorus, but I think the music and John's vocals kind of overpower Jelly Roll. So you have to have, especially if you have it on a good sound system and you have it really loud, you can hear more of Jelly Roll. But the downside of streaming is sometimes things are so compressed you don't hear things that you should.
Yeah.
And you don't really hear Jelly Roll if you're streaming it. But like I said, you have it on loud on a good sound system, you can hear more Jelly Roll in the chorus.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So thank me later, everybody. All right, next one. Waves. Original
Whoa.
or collaboration? What's that?
Whoa. I loved
Um,
it.
yeah, so which one would you pick, the collaboration or original?
Collaboration.
Collaborations? Me is the original. I'd pick the original.
Doesn't matter. We
Yeah,
have our own opinions
yeah,
because if you if I looked at it out of the perspective of collaboration,
yeah.
and collaboration for me is, um, does somebody bring something new extra to a song?
Yes.
And he did. He
Yes.
did. Huh? Of course,
And
changing the melody line,
yeah,
yeah, but it gave the whole waves. That is a wonderful number, wonderful song. but he gave it an extra for
Yeah.
me, for
Yeah.
me. And that's why if you ask me original or collaboration, I say collaboration because this is one of the examples of the album that gives it an extra.
Absolutely. And I think he co-wrote this song features Jason Isbell.
Yeah,
I've never heard of him.
who
I know
wrote
he's
it?
big
Yeah,
in country right now, but
yeah.
he co-wrote it. This song was so Waves is my favorite song on the album. I love Waves. I love the meaning of it, which is, I don't
The
want to
love
say this.
comes. Yeah,
Holding on to something for too long and learning to let it go and having memories. And sometimes it's human nature, especially if it's like relationships or, family. Sometimes you learn you can only help someone so much. And sometimes we hold on for something or someone too long. And sometimes you have to learn to let it go and just embrace the memories, and that's it.
that's it.
Um,
But also, in my opinion, how I read it, waves are going like this, you know? Yeah.
ups and
And
downs. Yeah.
life goes like that as
Yep.
well. So go with the flow, you
Yep.
know?
I like that.
And
Yeah.
and that's waves for me. Go with the flow. Of course, you have your memories and you've got good memories and bad memories, but life's ahead. Life goes on. Go with the flow.
Yep, exactly. This song was definitely re-recorded musically and vocally. Musically, especially if you listen to the intro, it has a more country electric guitar intro, and then I also love the acoustic guitar in there too. I think it's like string picking there. I thought that
Yes.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's probably coming from him from the pop, the country pop a little bit
Yeah,
that he is playing more, you know.
yeah,
That's good.
and
I
and
I I loved it. I loved
yeah,
it.
I love
Yes.
that too. And in the verses, I think the guitar sounds a little louder too, which I think is unique. Um,
Um, okay. I have to listen to that again, but
yeah,
overall, it is m- more, more. It's better to me than it was, you know, on Waves on the original. But nevertheless, Waves original is perfect as well.
yeah,
But this is an extra.
yeah.
This is an extra.
And John's vocals. I mean, I love his vocals on the original, but this he sounds a lot stronger on the re-recorded of this song, I think. And I love the way that John and Jason harmonized in the chorus. I think that's great. And then
Yeah.
I love the way that Jason sings, "We made love in war, got too far from the shore." And then also the line, "Can't wrap my arms around you." I'd love to see John and Jason play this live together. I think it'd be
Yeah.
really cool to see live.
Let's see. Yeah,
Um,
if you refer to the you know the second chorus when Jason thinks the major part, yeah, and then you hear John not so loud, it is perfect.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's perfect, and then yeah, that's a collaboration for me. Yeah, yeah,
Yes. And then the guitar solo, I don't know if I'm just making this up in my head. But I gotta listen to these back to back. But it sounds like the guitar solo is a little different. It sounds like more of like someone's holding a slide and also being able to bend the strings. I don't know. There's two guitar players playing that on the. I don't know, but it sounds really good. I think Shanks plays the guitar solo on this on the original album,
yeah. If you
or
go
maybe
to
Phil. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on who plays that solo. I have to figure that out.
Yeah, if you you know I don't want to go more my first guitar, you know, that's Marcus King.
Yeah.
And Marcus is a guitar playing from me. Could it be that he is playing something on this song as well?
Mark, no, I don't think so. I don't
No?
think.
Okay.
No, I don't
Okay.
think.
Okay. Okay.
But I can see it. Um,
You know,
th-
because it was so different.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to diminish the guitar playing of Phil or Shanks or whatever, but it was different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The next one is Seeds. And this features Ryan Tedder. Um, Original or collaboration?
Uh, Original.
No doubt. Me too.
Yeah.
The collaboration's good. I'm just not really. I don't know. It doesn't really sound like it was re-recorded or anything like that. I just think I don't know. It's okay. I just prefer the
It's
original.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. And Ryan Tedder is in Europe. He is more known from the band One Republic, and
Oh,
One
is
Republic,
he? Okay.
yeah, does a lot of dance as well. So it's a whole different genre.
Yeah. Huh.
And I really, I did, I couldn't relate to him as I knew him.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit strange to me.
Yeah. I never heard of Ryan Tedder, respectfully.
Yeah.
But like I said, it opens doors to new artists. The meaning of this song for me, I think John has said this too. It's, trying to find our place and who we are, but also how people should interact more and learn in commonalities and knowing that there's more commonalities than there are differences. And there's a
Yeah.
whole world that we don't see and sometimes we shut out. And
For example, he was in 2019, did some collaboration with Avril Lavigne.
yes, don't get me started. I love Avril Lavigne. Don't get me started on Avril until we get to Paradise because I'm going to go on a
Sorry.
whole.
Sorry.
That's okay. I can't wait till we get to that song. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, maybe I'm just kind of thinking maybe John did re-record some of the vocals on this song on his end. Uh, Kind of
I
sounds like a little bit now that I'm thinking of it. So yeah, Ryan Tedder sings, the second verse as all the other people do, but I do like how he sings the heartbreak, the glory, each right in the story.
sorry.
And I love the build up musically in the second chorus and the way that John and Ryan sing together.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine
Yeah,
for me. It's fine. It
yeah.
doesn't give me the chills. No.
And and then the outro. So when I went to the listening party for Forever back last year, I remember hearing Seeds for the first time, and I mean, it just sounded incredible in the Power Station's studio. And I remember we thought the song ended, and you know how you kind of have those few seconds before you get to the next track. It was just kind of like 3 seconds of complete silence. Then you have that final, I call it the clunk, the keyboard clunk, that boom, and then
Yeah.
it fade. I love that, and I think the song kind of lingers after that final clunk for a little longer before it gets into Kiss the Bride. You notice that? It kind of lingers a
Yeah.
little, and I like that.
It
You
is
know?
if you look um, if you compare them on I did check whether there were songs that took longer than the original. This one
Oh.
isn't.
Oh, it's not? Okay, so then my
It's
whole
not.
theory is debunked.
Yeah, it is not. It was both of them were 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Both of them.
Wow. Yeah, it just seems like it lingers a little longer. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I was just in a different headspace yesterday. I don't know.
Listen. Okay.
Um, the next one is Kiss the Bride, which features Billy Falcon. I also think he co-wrote this song. Obviously, we know that Billy Falcon has co-wrote with John for years and years, and he's phenomenal. Um, so obviously, John wrote this for in the aspect of Stephanie getting married, and we know that John wanted to play for Stephanie at her wedding, and she didn't even hear this song. I think John said till the album
It is
was released or something like that.
something, yeah.
But yeah, I do. So before I get into all of this, original collaboration,
Collaboration.
See, this is very it's like 51-50 for me. Probably the original, but I definitely love the way that John and Billy sing this together. And it feels I know the original is a little like more acoustic, but this just seems even more acoustic. It seems more intimate.
No,
And Billy Falcon, his verse, he adds a lot of emotion to it, and the way that John and Billy harmonize adds emotion to it. And I think it's just great.
yeah, the collaboration and why. Two things. They go back, or two more. They go back ages. You know, Billy has been over 30 songs for Bon Jovi, still doing it. Three
Mhm.
of these albums were co-written, so he's still in his well, very in his space. John will do a song with him on Holy Water, the new album from
Yeah.
Billy Falcon. Yeah.
Whenever we get that,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
another
yeah.
story.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Kiss the Bride, Billy Falcon, if you, from all the collaborators with it, there was only one that could do this with John, and that was Billy Falcon.
Yeah,
And why?
Billy was a great choice.
Because they both are in the same age, they know each other, and you can't have a young guy sing, Kiss the Bride. No, this was perfectly for him to do.
Yeah,
And uh, yeah, I think those voices, they um they give us life. And life in the broadest sense, you know, you have a dream, your dream comes true, you build it further, you go and you grow older, yeah, and hopefully one day really, really old, healthy. And but if you're growing older, everything changes, your body changes and your voice changes. And Billy's voice changed as well.
yeah,
So, to all the haters in the world and all the critics, my voice changed. I'm 65. My voice isn't the same as we're 15 years old. No, it changes. And if you have a problem then with it as well, then it definitely changes. But if you listen to Billy together with John, and you close your eyes, you see two friends sitting on the dock of the bay, you know, and singing a song with a guitar, and they're talking about their kids and their friends with kids that are getting married. And um, I can imagine that they sigh, like, oh my gosh, we had a life.
yeah. My daughter's not going to get the choice when she gets married one day. She's going to dance with me to this song.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I don't have children. I only have animals. Um,
okay,
but
for children.
this could be for somebody who really loves Bon Jovi. This is the one song you play, whether you're getting married when you're 25 years or whatever, married,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
So,
this is a perfect song.
yep.
I really loved it when it's on the original. Yeah, a lot of critics and it shouldn't be on it or whatever. I love it. It's a very nice song. Bon Jovi always had some kind of sweet songs, ballad songs, whatever. Look at, for example, Joey. That was a song, a completely different song than the rest of the album, but it was sweet, it was nice, it was something that came from within.
Yeah.
And this comes from within.
Yeah, and I think it's probably one of the most heartfelt songs that John has written. I mean, obviously it's for Stephanie, so it's his daughter, so it's definitely, heartfelt. And I think those make the best songs. Um, the vocal and piano sounds a little more isolated. And maybe it's just because I have it on Dolby, right? If you listen to it on Dolby, Atmos, I think it's called. It sounds really good on a good sound system. The vocals and piano seems a little more isolated. Um, and then, so when John and Billy harmonize, I love the way that they sing "You May Kiss the Bride." and the way that they sing the bridge. And then I think the best part is when may your life be as beautiful as you look tonight, and it goes into that final chorus. And just that guitar and piano combination during the solo, I think it's just beautiful. I love
Beautiful.
that.
Do you think that they have been singing it together or that they did sung it separately?
I think it's together. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they did record it together in Nashville, if I
You
remember
know,
correctly.
this can't be sung, when you're far away or something.
Yeah.
This, this has this needs the atmosphere of the people that are there, right?
Absolutely. I think sometimes that's the best magic is when a band or two singers are in the same place together working on a project. It's not the same magic as when you send it may be good, but it's not the same magic as when you send it, through email and then you work on your part and you send it in, or you do the song, then the drummer comes in the next day to record it. Yeah, it's just when you have the whole band in one place working on a song, I think it becomes a better project.
Yes.
Next one, People's House. This features War and Treaty, who they also performed at Music Cares. I forget which song that they played at Music Cares last year. Do you remember what song they performed?
Oh, no, I don't. I
I
don't.
I can't. Was it Keep the Faith? I don't think. I Anyway, so
Uh,
so this War and Treaty is Michael and Tanya Trotter, husband and wife. They are great. I love Michael's kind of like you, high energy, excited, and just all around a good person. And they're kind of like country, gospel, and blues. And I think this is the perfect song for them. Which brings me to my next point: collaboration or original.
uh, Definitely the collaboration.
Yeah, I, I thought People's House was okay on Forever, but the collaboration made me actually love and appreciate the song even more. Same as Holy which we'll get into. It made me appreciate the song more. It took it to a new aspect, and I think what that aspect is that it made it more gospel sounding. Kind of like the 2009 Happy Days version of Keep the Faith. It has that gospel church choirish type vibe where it's about, like what the song is about, unity and coming together, and
The
we're
thing is,
still one.
I don't know if you're gonna ask me what my favorite is of this collaboration,
Let's hear
but
it.
I can't. No, I promise I don't tell you anything. But it's in my top two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we haven't gotten to
Um.
your first one yet then, right?
No, not
Okay.
yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. The top two, and why? Because from the perspective again from collaboration, this is a perfect example of collaboration. Yeah, John's melding it over in Michael, and then in the second chorus he gets that big out, what you say, that gospel like, you know, and then Tanya comes in, and but then when they go to the chorus again and they sing with the three of them, and it's all like this and
Yeah,
this and this.
I love it.
I love
Yeah.
it. And
I I
I
think that's
loved
the
it
I think that's the
already
best
from
addition to
start.
yeah, it's the best addition to the song, especially when they all three of them said we are building this, that build up, we are building this house in that pre-chorus, and it goes into the chorus. I think it's just perfect with the three of them singing this on that song.
And the way they both, can sing Michael and Tanya, that is so the high that they pick, in the background, and then you see hear John sing, and then Tanya comes over again, and then you see Michael with his voice singing very high. Perfect, perfect.
Yeah. And I also think too, and maybe this is the Dolby Atmos doing it, it's John's vocals really seem more isolated and echoish, if that makes sense. Like if you're in a gymnasium and you're singing as loud as you can, and it echoes. That's the kind of vibe I get, and I love it. I think it's great. You
Yeah.
know. Next one. Now this is probably I don't know if I say this is my favorite because I love Def Leppard, or I don't know, but it's definitely my favorite on the collaboration album, Walls of Jericho, which features Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, and I love Def Leppard. I think Def Leppard is a fantastic band. They're incredible live, and yeah, so it features Joe Elliott. And, this song has that religious connotation, tearing down walls that divide us, and it's kind of like People's House, unity. And the song is very anthemic, and I really hope that we get to see this song live. And
Yes.
on top of that, I hope Joe joins Joan on stage and sings this song because I'd love to see that.
There's only one problem. They are touring in
Oh, they are?
Europe. The 20th, yeah, in June, July, they're touring in Europe. I'll be there the
Yeah.
23rd of June. I'll be
But
in Düsseldorf. Yeah, for
but
Def Leppard. Yeah.
but I think Joe Elliott, I think the whole band's from the Def Leppard's from the UK, and it's Wembley on June 4th or September 4th. I'm
Okay.
just throwing it out there.
Oh, could be
Yeah.
easily, and
Yeah.
I definitely see Joe doing that. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think the electric guitar seems a little louder in the verses, which I like. Joe, his verse, classic Joe Elliott
Yeah.
vocals. I love how he sings, "You will know that war is over when the weary soul rejoices." Um, I think this song would have been really cool if Def Leppard and Bon Jovi recorded it together. I would have loved to hear, um, everyone from Def Leppard play this song. I think it would
Yeah.
really take it to another level.
You
And
remember that in way back that Skid Row was opening for Bon Jovi, and at the last song they came all together. The two
yeah,
bands together. Somehow that should be something,
yeah,
like not that they have to open for Bon Jovi, no, that those two bands from an era that I grew up in, yeah, um, yeah, they're still doing it, and they're both doing it, and they have such a big fan base, both of them. They would make a lot of
I
people
know.
very happy in London.
I know. I wish I would have seen the when they toured together at 19 in Europe. Back. I hope we get a co-headline tour in the future. Def Leppard and Bon Jovi.
Yeah, yeah,
Another thing that I wish would have. So, if you've ever heard of the song "Kick" by Def Leppard, it's on their Diamond Star Halos
I'm
album that
sorry.
came out a few years ago. You've heard it?
No,
Okay.
no,
Do yourself a favor, listen to that song because in that song they sing na 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 like they do in Walls of Jericho. And so it makes me think of how cool it'd be obviously they all do it together, which is great, but also I wish they would have had a part where it's just Joe singing that part too, because I think that would have really have been cool.
collaboration. Yeah,
And then, I love the way that John and Joe harmonize. Um,
yeah.
I do wish that Joe was a little louder on some of those parts.
Okay, I've been writing it down, especially after the bridge again. Yeah, too much John, not enough Joe.
Well, you can never get enough of John. So,
Now I never get
um,
enough of John, but you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because Joe, his voice is still very good.
Oh, yeah. And I know he had vocal issues a while ago too.
So in
And
2015 or 16,
oh, was it?
yeah,
Yeah. And then, but
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
he worked at it and look at him now. So that gives me faith for John. Another thing I love about the song is the one more time. I love it on the original as well, but one more time with feeling as long as we're still breathing in that final chorus and the way that John sings, we're still breathing. You could definitely tell he re-recorded this part
of
on
course,
this version,
because
and you
yeah,
could tell John's improvement. Now, I do love the way he sang it on the original though. And that's my next question, original or collaboration?
collaboration.
Original. I do love the collaboration though. I think if maybe there was a little more Joe in it and the parts that I wish that he had been in, I might have said the collaboration. But
Yeah, but
for me, the original.
yeah,
Walls of Jericho is one of my favorites on this album. So next one is I Wrote You a Song with Lainey Wilson. This is probably the most, along with Kiss the Bride, maybe. This is probably the most different song from the original on this collaboration album. So collaboration or original?
definitely original.
Me as well. I Wrote You a Song is one of my favorite. It's probably my fourth favorite now. It used to be in my top three, but Red, White, and Jersey kind of got put into my three. It's Waves, Paradise, Red, White, and Jersey, and then probably I Wrote You a Song. But the thing that I love about this song is that it's a country vibe now. It's more country sounding, Nashville influenced, you know?
Too much for me. It's
Oh,
too much. Yeah,
I like
and
it.
I follow Lainey Wilson already a long time on Instagram. Blah blah blah,
Yeah, she's
and
country, right?
she's got it's good. But if you compare this to, for example, Fight Somebody,
Yeah.
oops, it's for me, it's too much. She's a great singer, yeah, and then but it's country. There is a completely different melody line, and that makes the song not original. And because, just like you, it's one of my favorites of the original album, yeah, it's definitely the original that I like more.
Okay.
Yes.
So this song, John tells a funny story about, writing this, verse and like bringing it down to his wife and Billy Falcon, and they hammered the song out, and pretty much if I can't give you this, I can give you this, or if I can't do what I can do, I think with John's vocal issues at the time, I can still write you a song. Um, I do like I like the country vibe to it. I like the violins in it. I don't know much about Lainey Wilson, but I do like her voice on this. I love the way that her and John. I think this is a great man and woman duet. I think you need a woman to sing along with you on this one. I love the way that they sing together on the chorus. Now, it also made me wonder because of the whole country vibe, how would have it sounded with Dolly Parton on this?
Well, you're taking the word out of my mouth. If you listen just like that and you don't know it's Lainey Wilson, you think it's Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
And if
I
you
didn't I didn't think that. I just wondered
I
how.
thought it because
Yeah.
it is so much country that it is for us Europeans, we're not so into country as in the States. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the one that we knew way back is Dolly Parton. And her voice when she was young, and if you Lenny Wilson had a lot of influences by Dolly Parton when she was a little bit younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the country voice type is not my type of music on this album.
Yeah, that's okay.
I like country, no worries, but not, it's a bit too much on this
Yeah.
album.
No worries. Let's get to the
Yeah.
next one because I'm really excited about this one. Living in Paradise with Avril Lavigne. I I just want to praise Avril Lavigne for a second because I absolutely love her. She is fantastic. She has so many great albums, songs. I have a slight, well, not, I have a crush on her ever since I was a teenager. She's beautiful. Um, she's just fantastic. I can't praise her enough. And so, Living in Paradise is probably my second favorite on the album, the original album. And that the whole meaning of it is, all that matters is that we did it together. And it makes me just think of my wife and, your greatest partner, is your spouse, and just looking back and seeing what you've conquered together. And I just love that. And so this song was co-written with Ed Sheeran. So my wife's favorite artist is Ed Sheeran, and I took my wife to go see him live a couple years ago, and I really got into him after that. And so when the album was announced, last year, and we saw Ed Sheeran was a co-writer for Living in Paradise, I was like, oh my gosh, my wife and I are both gonna love this song. And my wife thinks it's okay. I think it's amazing. But anyway, so he was a co-writer. So when they were announced that they were going to do this collaboration album, I was like, okay, great. Please let Ed Sheeran sing this song. And unfortunately, we found out that he wasn't, and Avril Lavigne, who I think is a great runner-up for it, is on this. And so for the last few months, I'm like, damn, I wish Avril or Ed Sheeran would have co-wrote or co-sung on this song. But now, since I've heard the Avril Lavigne version, I think it's actually better to have a kind of like I wrote you a song, having a man and woman sing this song because, like I told you earlier, for me, it's about looking at what you've conquered in a relationship, in a marriage, or even as a band or whatever. And I think it's great as a man and woman to sing that song. And I love the way that Avril, I'm going to keep going down this rabbit hole. I think she's just fantastic on this song. So let me push on the brakes a little bit here. Original or collaboration?
Collaboration.
Oh, okay. So for me, I'd still pick the original, but I absolutely this is probably my favorite collaboration
Yeah, but I
on
must
the album.
say, it is a little bit historical, emotional for me as well. In
Yeah.
2003, um, Avril became a star in
Yeah.
Europe. And I had my little niece to bring her I give her a present for her birthday, and that was tickets for Avril Lavigne in Ava's
Yeah.
Live, then the Heineken Music Hall in Holland and Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And I took this girl of 12 with me, and it was outside, it was -10 or something, and we have those coats and everything. It was so hot. We went there, we stood in front of, 1 meter from Avril, and she took out her coat and her sweaters and everything, and I had to carry everything. But she had a ball, and she helped me yesterday with the Zoom, and we talked about Avril Lavigne. I said,
That's funny.
"Do you still remember?"
Yeah.
She said it was my first concert, and I
Yeah.
never forget it.
That's
So
awesome.
that's maybe why I picked this. And again, what I said, collaboration wise, this brings a new a level to the song. It is good. She's
It's
a rock star
fantastic.
from heart. She's been there, done it. Had the Lyme disease. Didn't know if she was gonna make it, and yeah,
Yeah.
she's back.
Yeah, I love the way that she sings the second verse, and I also love the way that she sings "I Can't Remember Before You and Me." And I love the way that her and John harmonize. It is fantastic, and I hope that they perform it together live. One thing that I wish that she would have done, I do love the way that they sing it together, but one of my favorite lines of the song is "Summer's gone, it's been a long September." I really wish Avril had a vocal solo on on that line. I would have loved to have heard her only on that line. I just think she would have sounded fantastic on that. And then I love how she sings, "Yeah, we're living in paradise," especially at
Yeah.
the end. But it's such a fantastic, and this is probably my favorite on the collaboration album.
Okay, okay.
So,
Yeah, they blend, and it makes gives it something extra,
yeah,
and again, that's why the collaboration. Yeah.
yep. Next one is My First Guitar, which we know, the song was about John's first guitar and him getting it back a few years ago. I do like I think this is added in addition to the new collaboration song, that the guitar riff between the verses with Marcus King. I wonder if you mentioned earlier about him playing on another song. I wonder if he
Oh, yes,
plays
and
his guitar.
definitely he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, then you know straight away this is one of the two. Yes, the
This is
favorite.
your favorite? Okay. I'm not crazy about this one, to be honest
No,
with you.
and but
I love the original. So
okay, okay. So doesn't matter. A lot of people don't like it. I
yeah.
loved it from the start, the original. It's been the one that I've been
Well,
playing the
so
most.
I want to just add to what I was just saying for a second. So for me, original versus collaboration, I picked the original because I love the original. I think it's fantastic. And I love the cardboard case and stuff. I just love that. Um, as far as a collaboration goes, I think it's great because I love the song. I'm just not that crazy about Marcus King. I really don't think there was much of I don't want to be one of those negative people that just I just wish there was more of an artistic side from Marcus King on the collaboration, if that makes sense.
Yes,
He still did
Marcus
a
King
great job, but
he is more a guitar player
yeah.
than a
And
singer. Yeah,
okay,
and
so
that
maybe
is what you hear because there is a lot of different guitar riffs,
yeah.
and I loved it. but why I originally loved the song is mainly also because of the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, talking about how I became a Bon Jovi fan,
Yeah.
kissed, referred, and every time this song that I play this song, it brings me back to why I became a Bon Jovi fan. And it's just, and then everything passes, all the shows and the music and the albums, the outtakes, everything, this is a song that for me is Bon Jovi in total.
Yeah. So you would you
That's
pick the original or the collaboration on this one?
the original.
The original? Okay.
Yes.
Next one is We Made It Look Easy. Forgive me if I mispronounce this. Karen Leon. It sounds good. It's in Spanish. I think John sings a little bit of it in Spanish, but otherwise, I just kind of I just skip it. It's kind of a weird addition to the album. I know it's a collaboration album, so I respect it in that
I
regard.
fully agree. I
I'm like,
I don't
what?
understand.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm like,
understand why they did it.
yeah,
Is it to keep the South American people happy or whatever? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know the guy. He is not
yeah.
known in Europe. Uh, uh, no, okay, skip that. But you skipped one, and that was Hollow Man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did skip Hollow Man. Okay, Hollow Man. Uh, this has Bruce Springsteen in, which I'm glad he brought. I kind of had a feeling he would have brought Bruce Springsteen in. So my question to you: original collaboration?
No,
Do you like this song?
no,
No. Okay. Well, then I'll talk about this song
no.
and
But just very short. Um, that he brought, I'm telling you why. He brought out Forever, and he said this is an album of joy.
yeah,
Hollow Man doesn't make me happy because I think it's a very sad song, as well as the lyrics, as the music.
yeah.
And
But
so I don't like the song.
the
Do I
same.
like the collaboration? Oh, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
But
collaboration, but
for me, I think to kind of add what you just said though, in order to have joy, you have to know what sadness is. And
but
I don't think it's sad. I think it's just sometimes looking within yourself and trying to figure out who you are and what you want to be or what's the next step. And like what John has said about, the 20s, send out for your career and 30s, and 40s, 50s, 60s, and now John says, this is who we are, and you have your legacy, but what's next? And I think that's along the lines what he's with this song. I personally love Hollow Man. And I really think Bruce had, for me, I still pick the original, but Bruce's version made me appreciate the song even more. I love the harmonica take to it, and I love the way that Bruce's tone adds to the song. Um,
yes.
it's
No, okay. I fully agree with you. If you ask me to choose to really pick, then I say the collaboration
yeah,
because it makes me feel better. Yeah, because it is not so dark. Yeah, there is a lightning in it. Um, what I understand from the lyrics is that he's been writing this, pro-COVID or just post-COVID, and he was in a not so well mood, and so
yeah,
the background of the song is already a little bit dark and sad, and it doesn't rhyme with me, and that's what I had from the beginning when it came out in 24. It doesn't rhyme with the rest of the album for me, but
yeah.
that's
It definitely does take a different turn, especially with like ending the album. It definitely does take a different turn because forever, like you said, it's about joy, it's about the band's legacy and all of that. And then, but on the same token, though, it's what's next after forever.
yeah.
What's the next chapter of
Okay.
the band? You know.
Well,
So
yeah, yeah, definitely.
anyway, is there anything else that you wanted to say as a whole for the collaboration album? Anything else that?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear
Yes, I want to say that I the collaborations with the women I liked more, not because I'm a woman. No, because it made really a difference
Yeah,
between the original and the collaboration.
I agree with you.
Um, in terms of future, yeah, we had, of course, in the in the zeros, we had Lorenza, the violin
Oh yeah,
player.
Lorenza. I love Lorenza. She's
Yeah,
great.
and she sang a lot of songs in the background vocals and also together with John. I think in the future, somewhere, whatever, um, if there is going to be any collaboration on stage, yeah, um, do a woman,
Yeah,
do a
yeah,
woman, and it doesn't have to be a country singer or no, go into rock chicks like Natalie Brady or whatever, that can sing um, more than only rock, but also the ballads and
yeah,
whatever. There is something in John's voice presently that makes him blend with female perfectly.
yeah.
And I love it.
I always think that the best duets, the best collaborations are man and woman for some reason. Especially like if you look at Till We Ain't Strangers Anymore. That's made for a man and woman. Do what you can. Who Says with Jennifer Nettles. Absolutely great. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think when you have whether it's two men or two women, there's a difference, yeah. But as far as tone and whatever, it just you got to have something that's in a wide range for
If a
both of.
guy sings a love song on his own, it's
Yeah,
good. But if there's a woman next to him, you believe it.
exactly. Has that just like Living in Paradise. I don't think it would have as much as I was wishing for the last couple of years. It wouldn't have sounded as good of John and Ed Sheeran. It has that man and woman um,
True. Yeah,
vibe to it.
I fully
Now,
agree.
now, for those that are out there, there's nothing wrong with a man and a man singing a love song together. I fully support, the gay rights and all that. So nobody mistake what I just said. You can still have man and a man sing a love song together. There's nothing wrong with that.
Richie and John together
Yeah.
was, if you talk about perfect harmony,
So,
yeah, okay. But uh, in that's what I found out. And if you say, what is your conclusion of this collaboration thing? He does a very good job with
yes.
female.
Was there anything
female.
else that you wanted to say before we end the
Uh,
chat today?
no,
All
no,
right.
that I loved it.
Well, stay on. I'm going to end the recording. Inga, I just want to say I thank you for your friendship. You are such a sweet friend. You're so caring. You have this energy. I remember we hung out in Nashville and you just had this high energy. I mean, people were going to bed so early and you were up and just having fun, dancing, singing, just excited to be there. And I just love that about you. And
Thank you.
I'm so glad we got this chat today. And you'll be on again in the future. And
May I ask you something? One question?
on the
Or
podcast or off the podcast?
no, no, on the podcast,
All
yeah?
right, let's hear it.
Um, what is your biggest wish? Your if you compare it to Bon Jovi, what is your biggest wish
My
that
biggest
could happen?
that could happen, like in regards to Bon Jovi in the podcast or Bon
No,
Jovi or just in life.
no. What would you like to uh, uh, experience with John? Yeah, I mean John then. Yeah. So you want to have lunch or what would you
Well,
what
2 weeks ago, I at the cook-off, John met my baby girl and having a photo with him, her, and my wife and I, and that probably takes the cake. But I think the next thing that I'd love, and maybe it'll happen in time, is having John on the podcast. So That I would
Okay.
absolutely love, so hopefully, one day that'll happen. So, but
Wow.
all in due time,
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So
was just a question that came up, what, because you have so much already experienced,
yeah,
Uh, yeah, it was
yeah.
what I wish.
Good
Yeah.
question. So anyway, let me
Okay.
end the recording. Thank you again. I love you. You are such a great friend, a great person, and really appreciate having you on today.
I enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Terry.